Hello, my wonderful people, my viewers and my subscribers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good midday, and good midnight, depending on your location at this very point in time. I don't come again, oh, I don't carry my kaya, land like Land Rover. Remember, I still remain Okute Daily Talk, where we speak to you the undiluted truth about the Biafran struggle, about the Nigerian state, and also about the globe. I mean, we are giving you global news, so expect to hear the unhearing things. Hey, this is my English. This one, I hope you know go free cause commotion for YouTube. So, my good people, we have a very important information that I want to give to my general public out there. If you believe in Nigeria and their selection or election, go and get your PVC, get ready, vote and defend your vote for the person who will conduct the affairs of Nigerian state coming May 29 of 2023, when the power will be handed over to whoever that will succeed President Muhammadu Buhari, who is from Katsina in Daura, from Daura in Katsina State, whichever way you choose to put it. So let us move straight into the business of the. If you are not subscribed to this channel and you are hearing my voice for a very long time, one day, head boot now. Go and subscribe now before many fly nothing. I beg na joke I do. So my good people, we are taking top Nigerian newspaper headlines for today, being Tuesday, 7th February in the year of 2023. And if this is your first time of hearing my voice, you're still wondering who is this gentleman. I am the gentleman that you are hearing, where we speak to you the undiluted truth. We don't give a propaganda news, and we don't paint walls, we hit the nail on the head. So be rest assured that whatever you are looking for on my channel, you will have it, because we bring the word to your doorstep. The news that will be very difficult for you to go to the internet and begin to search for it, to read it. We convert it into videos and bring it to you, so that while you are working, you are doing your normal or daily business, you can either use your either AirPod or your earphone and be listening to it and continue with your daily business and daily activities as it stands. So let us give you the headlines, and as we're giving the headlines, we're also taking the news together with it, so that you will know exactly what is happening. Before then, please pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is very ill in the detention, in the DSS facility, where they kept the young man for over a year plus now. Pray that the hand of God will locate him anytime, any day, wherever he is at this point in time, that his health will never be deteriorated more than the way it is. Our only prayer is that he must survive and come out there alive. Nothing will happen to him. So anyone that is wishing him bad shall also collect woto from the Juko Kiabiana. So let us start with the news. Good morning, Nigeria. Welcome to Nigeria News Roundup of top newspaper headlines in the Nigeria for today. Happens to be Tuesday, February 7th, in the year of 2023. Court don't stop a CBN Buhari from extending deadline for old Naira notes. Phase out. The court don't stand say nehi. Because this problem we are facing today, let me be honest with you people. Everything in Nigeria is politicized. Even if your wife now is in labor room, if care is not taken, our politicians will turn it to politics. This thing is happening in Nigeria is never the problem of CBN. The banks in which this money have been disbursed to, is either they are holding it to give it to their preferred candidate to buy votes. That is why all this is. Go to different banks and different votes. EFCC has started to raid different banks. When you go to their votes, go to their ATM, the ATM machine is empty while the money is being loaded in their votes. And they lock it up, waiting for the time so that they will come and give them the old Naira note to exchange to the new one. That is the simple truth there. Or they transfer to them while they will give them cash, so that they will continue the vote buying and compromising the electoral process of Nigeria. So the court don't say Nehio, say they no go extend anything. Say February 10, remain February 10. See, even if the whole Nigeria make them carry their head and knock on the wall, because they enough is enough. They have politicized everything. They even go extent of now buying hoodlums now. Let them continue to protest. They hear we no go agree, we no go agree, we no go agree, we no go agree. Why the people who is in charge of all these things, who is at the middle of all these crises, is the bank managers and their workers. Yes, they are blaming MFL. They keep on calling MFL. And that is the APC government. They are even the one that hold the power, but they are crying more than the bereaved. I be bereaved. How they used to put it. And you want me to believe that MFL is trying to sabotage? Which MFL? Which MFL? The banks say that they have disposed over 4 trillion naira, or 4 billion naira for their daily and normal businesses. How much are they disposing every day? Instead, they carry the whole money and lock up in their vaults, using it to decorate their offices. So court don't say the hero say that February 10 he must stand. The Federal Capital Territory High Court has stopped the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) from suspending or extending the February 10 deadline for the phase out of the old Naira notes. Naja'Átu report that the presiding judge, Justice Eneche, gave the ruling on Monday in a motion by 5 political parties who stand and said that February 10 must be February 10. If they like, if the APC like, let them go and jump into Lagoon. That is what the presiding judge said. He said he can never extend it. Justice Eneche also stopped President Muhammad Buhari and 27 commercial banks from interfering with the deadline or issue any directive contrary to the said date. Yes, very, very happy for this. Let me see what the governors who only gather to make meetings because this one now have affected them. But people have been killing and they're dying in their numbers in different villages, yet they never gathered to meet the president on how, if possible, let them import machineries to come and fight this insurgency. No, they will never do that simply because they have used security to stock up even to their neck. I don't know. The judge also granted an order directing the chief executive officer (CEOs) of the banks to show cause why they should not be arrested and prosecuted for the financial sabotage of the country by illegally hoarding and not disbursing the new 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira banknotes, despite supply of such notes by the Apex Bank. You see it? Emefiele was right. He said these monies have been supplied to the different banks in Nigeria, but the issue there is they hoard it. They want to sell it. Can't you see that people are dying? People are dying inside banks where they are looking for these old naira, new naira notes. While some people are busy carrying it in bundles, spraying it in parties. Who gave them those money? How do they got it? The power that be. I am Imam Madden. Nigeria, which way forward? In the 27 grounds by the applicants, they made out a card showing that politicians who ostensibly were in possession of illicit funds were the ones who wanted the policy suspended. Of course, we know that they are the ones. They have stocked their warehouses with old banknotes which they want to use to buy votes. Now, Lawan defeat Machina Mekina in Supreme Court as Yobe senatorial candidate. Look at the business how these people are doing. This Ahmed Lawan, his tenure as a Senate president is expiring. Now he want to again to become a Senate, that is to be in that same Senate. What kind of people do we have in this country? Just the corruption must continue. That's exactly what it is. That is how Nigeria has fallen. Somebody will finish his tenure as a governor, go back to your home. What is the business you are doing before you were elected? They will jump from that place to Senate. After from Senate, 8 years or even more than that. It's like 8 years is their retire. The governorship after the 8 years, then their retirement benefit and the retirement house is Asoroko in the Senate. Because being a senator, their term never expired. They keep on manipulating until as long as they want. That is Nigeria for you. So this man now, he don't carry him and McKenna don't go court now. After they go the court, he don't go the defeat McKenna as a senatorial what do they call him, as a Yobe senatorial candidate after how many years of being Senate president. It's all right. The Supreme Court on Monday declared the Senate President Ahmed Lawan as the senatorial candidate of all the Progressive Congress APC for Yobe North. APC have filed a suit against the candidature of Bashir McKenna before the Apex Court. APC has claimed that Lawan was the authentic senatorial candidate for the Yobe North in the 2023 election. The counsel for the party, Sepribo Peters, at the last hearing, argued that the primary election held on 28 May last year, which produced McKenna, was in breach of Electoral Act of 2022. Peters contended that Danjuma Manga, who conducted the primary election which produced McKenna, was not nominated by the National Working Committee of the party. He told the court that the APC cancelled the primary poll on the account of irregularities observed during the exercise. Peters argued that the other party held on 9 June was conducted by the APC New Working Committee and produced Lawan as the party's authentic candidate. However, McKenna's lawyer Sarafa Yusufu prayed to the court to dismiss the appeal for lacking in merit on the ground that the Senate President did not challenge the suit at both the trial and lower courts. He also pointed out that a Manga who conducted the primary election where McKenna emerged as a member of the new working committee appointed committee to carry out the exercise. Justice Sentus Nweze, however, in a judgment on Monday, faulted the approach of the McKenna in commencing the suit at the Federal High Court, Damaturu Division, by way of originating summons and without oral evidence to prove allegations of fraud. He came to my house. Ayu reveals PDP governor leaving wicked G5 soon. National chairman of the People Democratic Party PDP, Senator Iyorchia Ayu, has revealed that one of the 5 aggrieved governors of the party is dumping Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike's G5 group before the 2023 general elections. Ayu alleged on Monday that Abia State Governor Okezie Ikpeazu was in his house 2 days ago and they have resolved the crisis between them. I know the only saboteur you can find in that G5 must be from Igbo. This one is not, there's no two ways about that. The only saboteur you can find, if the Enugu State does not do, then the rest assured that Abia State will do. And this one is one of them. Anyway, let's proceed. Let's say that this one is a propaganda, but the real news will surely come out, either the channel television or Arise News soon. Niger News understand that the party national chairman disclosed this while wooing Governor Samuel Ortom of Benue State, a member of the G5 governor, to support the party's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. According to him, Ortom now has nowhere else to go and hence should return to the main factions of the PDP ahead of the forthcoming polls. However, while speaking on Monday to a crowd of supporters during the PDP presidential campaign in Makurdi, Benue State capital, Ayu begged Ortom to come back to the PDP main fold so they could rebuild the party. He said, "I'm appealing to my younger brother, Governor Samuel Ortom, to come back to the party so we can rebuild the party. Ortom has nowhere to go," according to Ayu. Ayu stressed that Ikpeazu visited his home after his preferred governorship aspirant lost his bid to a rerun primary election, which was held following the candidate's death, whom Ikpeazu preferred as his successor. "We have resolved the problem with Governor Ikpeazu and he is coming back. 2 days ago, he was in my house because his candidate lost the primary," according to Ayu. Court don order Inspector General of Police say make him go arrest and detain EFCC chairman wey him name be Mr. Bawa Abiba. A high court sitting in Kogi State on Monday directed the Inspector General of Police Osman Baba to arrest the chairman of Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC, Abdulrashid Bawa. Now today we dey hear this one. How many times on I don sentence am? Arrest. Nobody is arresting. Even this one, as he come out now, that is the end of the story, because he will just go there now and settle them. The court gave the order following Bawa's alleged disobedience to a court order. The IGP was also ordered to remand Bawa in Kuje prison for the next 14 days until he purges himself of the contempt. The presiding judge, Justice R.O. Ayola, in his judgment, granted application for committal to prison of the EFCC chairman for disobeying a court ruling delivered on November 30 of 2022. In the case, EFCC chairman was directed to produce the applicant in the case, Ali Bello. Ali Bello had dragged Bawa to court for arresting and detaining him illegally, with the court ruling in his favor only for the EFCC to arraign him for alleged money laundering 3 days after the ruling. The EFCC's applications for setting aside and staying of execution of the ruling were refused for want of merit. The court had informed 49 other XIX Rule 13 marked HCL 697M 2022 entitled Notice to the Showcase Why Order of Committal Should Be Made, and asked the EFCC chairman to appear before it on January 18, 2022 to explain why he should not be jailed for flouting the order given on December 12 of 2022 in a case filed by Ali Bello against the EFCC and Bawa as the first and second respondent respectively. The court ordered that the EFCC and Bawa be served a motion of notice together with Form 49 by substituted means. My suspension from PDP, I will conceive and unwarranted, according to Chimaroke Nnamani. A former Enugu State Governor, Chimaroke Nnamani, has maintained that his suspension from the People's Democratic Party PDP by the National Working Committee was ill-conceived and unwarranted. Nnamani insisted that his right to a fair hearing was violated by the party because neither was he informed of any complaints against him nor was he invited to any matter. According to him, his suspension by the new working committee is defective in both moral and constitutional support. Naja'Átu report that the lawmaker in a statement signed on Monday stated that the PDP Penklemes suspension without hearing is incredibly messy and will collapse. My decision to pitch tent with Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu was necessitated by the PDP's refusal to comply with its own constitution, to wit, that key political office should at all times be rotated between the South and the North to guarantee harmony, peace, fairness, equity, and justice. But yet, they have flouted all these, their constitution. As it is now, there is no fairness, justice, and equity in the PDP because both the presidential candidate and the national chairman are from the same region. He also suggested to the PDP leadership to try to address issues within the party going forward. Nigerian Air Force, he don land crash for Lagos Airport. I hope no casualty is recorded. A Nigerian Air Force jet reportedly crash landed today at the Murtala Mohamad International Airport, Lagos. Reports reaching Niger News revealed that the aircraft crash landed on runway 18R with 6 passengers on board. The development was said to have caused panic at the airport. Fortunately, there were no casualties. Thank God, though. The Air Force jet crash lands in Lagos Airport at runway. Sahara reporters quoted a source. He added, it happened at an area called at 18 right at the Lagos Airport. It had a landing gear problem, meaning the tires refused to come out for landing. The pilot landed the aircraft on the bush. A smart move. 6 people were on board. They are all safe. Parties. 13 parties threatened to boycott 2023 election over Naira redesign. All this one, medicine after that. 13 out of the 18 political parties have threatened to withdraw from the February 25th and March 11 general elections over the Naira redesign policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. The national chairman of the Action Alliance, Kenneth Udeze, made this known at a briefing by a coalition of chairmen of political parties on Monday in Abuja. Udeze said the 13 parties will withdraw their participation from the 2023 electoral process if the Naira redesign policy of the Apex Bank is suspended or cancelled. He added that they will boycott the forthcoming election if the new Naira deadline of February 10 for the phasing out of the old Naira notes is further shifted as demanded by some governors of All Progressive Congress APC. Okay, this one the case has been settled, so the election will continue. The AAC chairman, however, stated that the parties commended President Muhammad Buhari on the redesign of the 200, 500, and 1,000 banknotes. They said the 13 political parties also knocked the Kaduna, Kogi, and Zamfara state government for heading to the Supreme Court to get a court injunction to extend the deadline for the validity of the 3 old notes. Aisha Buhari is part of the Cabals in Asorok. I am not afraid like El-Rufai. Naja'Átu, Mohamad, don't split fire. A former director in the Progressive Congress APC Presidential Campaign Council, Naja'Átu Mohamad, has said that the First Lady Aisha Buhari is part of the Cabals in Asorok. Recall that the Nigeria News area reported that the governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, during an interview on channel television said that some individuals in Asorok were trying to sabotage the ambitions of the APC presidential candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So he refused to call them, but Naja'Átu come out now. You don't blow fire everywhere now. Katakata for everywhere, even for Asorok itself. Katakata day. He has said, I believe there are elements in the Vila who want us to lose the election because they didn't get their way. They had their candidate. Their candidate did not win the primaries. They are trying to get us to lose the election, and they are hiding behind the president desire to do what he thinks is right. Reacting, the first lady backed El-Rufai over his claim that some elements in the presidency are plotting to sabotage Tinubu's victory. She voiced her support for El-Rufai when she shared a voice clip of the interview containing the governor's main allegation against the saboteurs who are non-members of the party and are exploiting the president's goodwill for their selfish ends. However, Naja'Átu, while featuring on the Rise TV morning show, said that unlike El-Rufai, she was not afraid to mention names. 3 APC states dragged Buhari's government CBN to court over Naira scarcity. This one, the case have been settled. Desperate politicians, so they don't start to the arm courtists to scuffle 2023 general election, according to Nyesom Wike. Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State has accused some desperate politicians of recruiting and arming courtists and other miscreants to be used to attack and intimidate voters during the forthcoming elections. In a state broadcast on Monday, the governor said the rising cases of courtism in the state during this electionary period are sponsored by the political to settle political scores. Wike added that some party support groups in the state are a vehicle for thuggery and court activities sponsored by disgruntled politicians ahead of the 2023 polls. He was reacting to this about that about 30 members of the Atiku support organization were arrested by armed policemen during a meeting in the state capital. The governor also directed the security agencies to raid any suspected area occupied by cultists, militant support groups, and other miscreants being used by political to disturb the peace and safety and security of the state. So, my dear people, this is where we are coming to the end of this news that we have for us this very morning. If you have never subscribed, please do that anytime soon. If you are never getting your PVC, you want to vote and you want things to get better, please do that anytime soon, because You cannot be at your home and be complaining that the government is bad. Oh, government never do this one. Oh, they never do that one. Oh, while on the day of the election, you are nowhere to be found. Or it's either you are in the beer parlor or you are in a different homes doing one thing or the other that is not even contributed to the growth of the country or to add to the victory of whoever you choose to vote for the election. So, my dear people, this is where we are parking our kaya. Our aeroplane done the steam already, so we are flying on a very high altitude now. As I stop this news now, I am flying to somewhere in Turkey. Let me go and see what is happening there, because earthquake, you don't claim lives and properties. And the good news there is that one of our African brother, which is Christian Atsu, that is playing in the Turkish league, is from Ghanaian. He was rescued, but he's having a hearing problem. And he has some wounds, but the good news is that the young man is alive, and he will have been brought to the hospital for proper medical attentions. So, my good people, I bless you all as you hear my voice today, and share this video and make it go viral, because a lot of people still want to hear this. Not only you can be part of this good news and this wisdom attached to every of my content. Share it with your family and friends. Share it in any group that you know that people are vying for this news, because what I give you is the original from the right source. That is the news from the right source. Have a nice day. May the God Almighty, the Chukwu bless you all, the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Until I come your way again, I am signing out. Bye for now. Kemesiano.